Welcome to everyone to the interview session of Elite Global Leadership Club. So the interview is presented by Veronica Seban. I am the owner and founder of the Business Power Academy and Elite Global Leadership Club, a professional networking, public speaking, public relationships, and events platform. Today, I have invited a very fascinating expert and female leader. So it's a huge honor and privilege to having you here, dear Patricia, so on my stage. I would love to invite you and to introduce yourself. So tell us, who are you? What are you doing for living? And how did you conquer so the hearts of many entrepreneurs? What's your secret?
Okay, well, my name is IHUAKU, PATRICIA, NWEKE, as you've said. I would call myself a multipreneur, and I'll say my bread and butter, really, I have a career in procurement. Okay, so I've been in procurement for 19 years. I've worked within the UK public sector. I've been a managing consultant with some top managing firms, and I am chartered in procurement. I've been doing it for 19 years, so now I'm a consultant in procurement. So I help people save money. I like buying and helping people save money. And then secondly, I would say that something that has been a passion, really, a natural passion, a creative passion, which I grew up with as a little girl, is drawing, fashion design, making things. And ever since I was little, if I don't find it in the shop, I'll be like, why doesn't that exist? I'm gonna make it, So I'll create it if I can't buy it. And I've always done that. I've been featured in Vogue. I've also been on some, sort of fashion shows such as London Fashion Week, Fashion Finest, and African Fashion Week London as well. I've got my own line of clothes, which is called I Collection. So the main aim about I Collection is that every woman is individual. It's not a cookie cutter. It's not fast fashion. It's about the classic and authentic. And that's what I like to create and bring out in every woman. And from there, I started styling ladies because I'm really passionate about bringing out the unique style in every woman so that they can increase their impact and income. Thirdly, I'm extremely passionate about the family. So as I've gone along my life and I became a Christian, I felt that it all started really with looking for a way of Christians meeting each other when I was single. And I was like, well, Christians, we think, we say we don't want to drink. We don't really want to go to the normal clubs. What are we going to do? What do we do? So I thought, okay, I want to create something which is like an outlet for single Christians. And actually, funny enough, in the process of that, that's how I met my husband. So I started doing that. I started doing retreats for singles, and my husband happened to come along with me to the last retreat I did before we got married, and he also met his best man through that retreat. I put that to one side for a little bit, and then I picked it up again a few years ago, and I evolved also not just with singles, but actually predominantly now with couples. And it's all about restoring families right now. That's what SEDACube does, helping families, empowering families to basically to help them to heal, to empower them, to help them to bond together, and also to connect them. Because I believe that family is the foundation of society. And if we fix the family, then a lot of problems we have in society will be resolved. So that is my mission, and that is my giving back. So that's
Wow,
me in a nutshell.
Thank you so much. You do have
You're welcome.
an incredibly powerful, inspirational, very beautiful mission. And I am
Thank you.
seeing in you the female role model for many female leaders, or for many women that would love to become a leader.
Yes.
Because there are many ladies out there that they are still struggling, or maybe affected and influenced by their environment, family
Yes.
members, and that they are not daring to take action. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
How does influence, so the culture and the traditions are influencing, so the evolution, of a female leader, because it's
Yeah.
it's a huge and very important topic.
It is. I absolutely agree with you. I mean, I come from a very paternalistic um, background. I'm Igbo in Nigeria, in Africa, and everything is about the boy child. If you don't have a son, forget about it. They feel that a woman is not really, it's not, you haven't started if you don't have a boy. So that's the kind of background I'm coming from. But my dad was a medical doctor, and he was well educated, and he believed in education. And I'm very lucky that that family influence really helped. So my grandmother was a teacher, and my granddad was a headmistress. That was on my mother's side. And I said my dad was a doctor, my mom was an accountant. So that kind of helped that we had that, we tried to break through even within that mold in that culture. But it is a real thing, and it doesn't go away. I mean, I'm married now, and I've got three sons, and we're not atypical. We're not an atypical family, because I would say I'm the entrepreneurial one, whereas my husband is like, I'll do my job, and he's a counselor. But in terms of doing all those things, I wouldn't say I'm a typical traditional female, especially coming from my background. So I really empathize with ladies, traditional ladies, and I know it's the same in Eastern Europe. It's the same in India. In so many places, women have to have that traditional role. But I think we need to, we really need to stand really strong and firm as women. And sometimes it can be a little bit like a battle. It's like, I, I think I'm a very strong sort of personality. I've got like very strong convictions, and I will keep doing it until it works. And I will not take no for an answer. I would not I would not fit into the mold that has been created for me by society. For instance, I take an example. A lot of people say, just do one thing. Just do one thing, like, do one thing. And I think I've broken that mold. I'm like, no, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to do me. I'm not the same as you. I've got all these ideas going on in my head. I can't just do the fashion, the family. They're all different for me. And actually, because I'm a Christian and I believe in spirit, in the spirit, and I did ask within me, and I said, how can I manage all the things that I do? How do I do it? And the Holy Spirit, gave me a strategy. He said, 6 months here around the spring and summer months, focus on the fashion, because a lot of my fashion is bright, colorful, African influence. So it's actually more suited to summer anyway. And then towards the autumn and winter months, 6 months of the year, focus on the social enterprise. And of course, my career, like procurement, is running through the whole thing. So that helped me. And I think everybody, if they go within themselves, the answer lies within you. You can you can get that answer within you as to how can you navigate it for yourself. It's not easy, because obviously I'm married and I've got children. I have to still cook. I have to do the things around the house. I have to give my husband attention. I have to give all my children attention, right? But I think for me, the way it works is that I always put my family first, and that's why it works. Because if you are doing everything else and you're neglecting your family, that's where you're going to have issues. You're going to have pushback from your husband and children that are not you're not paying attention to them. So for me, the basic, as long as I'm looking after my family first, and I've put in systems to help me do that, and I don't do everything myself. And I think in a way I've trained my husband to, he does things, he cooks, and at sometimes he actually prefers cooking because he's so choosy with food. So certain things he likes it done a certain way. So we've both agreed that he's going to do that because I can't take the stress.
Wow.
Yeah, he's so choosy. And I'm like, you know what? I think we both agree. He's like, I think it's better you do that. And he's like, yes, I think it's better I do that. I said, yeah, we're both happy. So you have to look at your support network because there's no way we can do it all ourselves, right? We can't. We have to use the support around us. So my husband, I cook sometimes, he cooks sometimes. We've trained our children to cook. They can cook. They've all got tasks, chores. One takes out the bean, one does the hoover, one does the laundry. So I don't have to do everything. I've trained them, but and they all can cook, like I said, and I've trained them in life skills, right? So even if I have to do something out of the house and I'm not there, they can take care of themselves. They can look after themselves. They're not going to starve. So that's the way I've gotten around it.
Wow, it's very impressive because many female leaders, I mean, we do have so many roles in the society. Like
Yes.
you have to be conscious about the fact that you're a mom, that you're a wife, and that
Yes.
you are also an entrepreneur. Like
Sure.
having all these tasks and responsibilities together, it can drown our energy. But you are very, very good at the leadership. So at managing everything, and this is the key to success in
Yes.
generally in all areas of our life.
Correct.
Many ladies, moms, wives, they are really struggling, like with this role, with the role of being a mom and a wife in combination with being a female leader.
Yes.
But so you are excellent in fulfilling your mission as a mom and wife. How are you managing it when it comes to your companies? Because you do have not only one company, like you told me that recently you have launched another company, right?
Yes.
So what is the name of your new company and what does provide your new company, and what type of audience could approach you for your services?
Okay, so I run my procurement through a company. It's commercial services, and it'd be like professional. It will come under professional services. And then through that, myself and my husband, we've only just started, but we've started a sort of real estate business. So we both passionate. We've always been passionate about real estate, and we're working on that. My husband, he's very got this vision about social housing and like helping people to get affordable housing. So that's fine, and that's named under the same as my commercial. So my commercial business is called Invicta Commerce, and then the other one is Invicta Real Estate Management. Apart from that, obviously, I've got the Cedar Cube, which I want to turn it into a community interest company. And I'm looking for non-executive directors. I'm the CEO, obviously, but I'm looking for non-executive directors for that. And then my fashion brand is called iCollection. So those are the main brands that I run. And how do I manage them? Okay, so something really key that I've done recently, and I should have done it earlier. These days, we have to be on social media. As you know, we have to be out there, advertise and all that. So I've acquired a social media manager who manages all my social media. So that really helps me so much because it was like I knew I had to be present on social media, but I just didn't have the time. And it was really a pain for me. So I was really blessed to find this guy, and he's extremely good. He's very, very good. Um, what I've done as well with the social enterprise is that I've acquired volunteers. So they're passionate about the mission and they want to help, and they've got their own. A lot of them have their own businesses. So they're using their skills in and what they're good at in the business to put back into the social side of things. So that's been helpful. And also what I've done is when I need it, I've used VAs, virtual assistants. So while I'm doing something else, maybe while I'm focusing on my procurement work, I've got those teams who are helping me in the other areas. And if we have to do a meeting, like say, for example, for the real estate, my husband works quite flexibly. So if I can't do it and I'm working on a contract, my husband will go and see somebody, visit, about a site or something like that, for the real estate side. So it all kind of comes together and everything else. Early in the morning really works for me. So like before I start my main work, I do quite a lot. I do my quiet time and then I do maybe an hour's work in the morning and I get like key things like send out instructions to people, like the VAs, the social media, and I say, this is what I want to focus on today. Can you do this? And then they're running with it, and then I can focus on something else. So I really believe in outsourcing. We can't do everything. So outsource the things that other people can do and they can do better than you. Yeah.
I am absolutely agree. What caught my attention that many female entrepreneurs
Yes.
that they are struggling with their mindset. They are thinking, that as a female entrepreneur, you have to do many things on your own or the way they think. I want to mention that I am a real entrepreneur with a real entrepreneurial mindset. I do have a friend in Canada, and she said to me, or at least all the time that we are jumping on a call, she's mentioning, Veronica, you're so bossy, you're a real boss. I am not noticing it because this is really like rooted within me.
Yes. I can identify with that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but it sounds funny and from one side, and from another, it's a very beautiful compliment because we need to master such quality within us, especially we women.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and there are times, like when we are getting demotivated, maybe we are not in a good mood. How are you dealing with your emotions? What is motivating you to get on track?
Okay, all right. This is a good question, and I really like it. So for me, I'm a Christian. Everybody has their own different belief, spiritually, but that really helps me keep me on track. And for me, like I've acquired like a morning routine, and it starts with some quiet time, meditation, looking at myself, and something that I found really helpful. Like I do the meditation, but something I find really helpful is journaling. Whenever I journal, it's like, wow, all the answers I've got all the answers inside, but it's just giving yourself space to actually get those things out, get those answers out. And one thing I started doing last year was pray. I combine prayer with exercise. So I go out and I always try to do it before 8 o'clock, between 7 and 8, because I don't know what it is. There's something about different times that we need to tap into. That time is quite special. I don't know. It's like a magic time, and I go out that time, and I pray, and I speak out my gratitude. I start with gratitude, and I speak it out as I'm walking. I speak it out, because you sometimes do gratitude journal, but I'm saying thank you, Lord, for, some people say thank you, universe, or whatever, but thank you, God, for this beautiful day. Thank you for my beautiful family. They're healthy and strong. Thank you that I have a roof over my head. Thank you that I have food to eat. Thank you, I have amazing friends. Thank you for all the great opportunities that you're giving me. Thank you for this interview with Veronica today. I'm so grateful. Things like that, and I speak it out, and it really helps you. That early morning gratitude, and with the sun rising, it's really special for me. I find it special, and then from there, I move on from gratitude. I move on to the things that I want, which is the prayer. Things that I want. What do I want? Maybe there's an issue, there's a challenge, and I'm like, God, I leave this onto you. I don't know how to resolve it. Can you help me do this, please? Can you do this and that? And then I move on to making declarations, and some people call it affirmations. And I speak, today is going to be a great day. Today is going to be an amazing day. I'm going to have great favor. I'm going to all these things, and I speak what I really want. And I speak about, I cover my children as well in these declarations. I cover my whole family. Say my home is going to be full of joy, love, peace. I'm going to have all these things. We're going to have all these things. We're going to have favor. I'll walk in wisdom. I will know the right decision, the right decisions to make at each given time. You see, I speak all these things like affirmations. And then I come home. Sometimes I do some exercise, but I haven't done the actual physical, when I was very, very organized, I'll do like maybe a 30-minute workout at least 3 times a week. Right. So that would be a very good day when I do that. And then I get on with the day. I start my day, have breakfast. If my husband's around, we might have breakfast together. But before I start all this, I've prayed with the family. I've prayed with the children, so that they can be released and they can start going to school or whatever it is that they're doing. So I do that early, and then I go off and do my own prayer walking thing. So that really helps me. That's number one. I do that almost more or less every day. And then secondly, the other thing that really helps me is a great social life. Nothing to do with business. It's just me being silly. I've got a group of girlfriends that every now and again and I'm a great organizer. I'm one of the organizers. I will like say, oh, should we do this? Should we do that? So I end up organizing it. For instance, I organized a trip to the cinema to watch Sounds of Freedom. And we watched it, and I said, oh, most of us wore pink. I said, shall we wear pink? So just like little silly things like that. It's just fun. And I think things like that are really good for the soul, letting your head down. And it could be going for a meal, going to a club, just dancing. And having that really helps. And one thing I recommend to females is have, go on girls' trips if you can, and this once a year is fantastic. I mean, obviously, do what you need to do with your family or partner, but girls' trips is a different level, and I highly recommend it.
Freedom, total freedom.
Yes,
for a while.
total freedom. Be silly. I mean, the kind of level of silliness and fun that you can have with other ladies, is different from your partner or your, you know, with your family, is just totally different. And there's nothing like just women coming together and just being feminine, being women, just having fun. I think it's great.
Yes, in my opinion,
Yeah.
it's also extremely important to cherish your inner child, to give the
Yes.
things that you really love to do,
Yes.
to
Absolutely.
to make yourself happy, to be connected with
Yes.
yourself,
Yes.
with your inner, because
Inner
that's
child.
the core, you know, of ourselves. And it's important to cherish that, you know, to embrace our desires and to
Yes.
enjoy the life to the fullest. I want to mention and to bring to your attention, to all of you,
Hmm.
so dear followers,
Hmm.
that the life is not only about work. I am
No.
prioritizing absolutely my family, but I am also prioritizing myself. Like, we have to learn to manage our life in a such way
Yes.
that we can be happy and productive.
Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
yes, when we are cherishing and embracing our desires, our lifestyle,
Hmm.
the way we really are, that's increasing the level of productivity,
Hmm.
that's making you happy. So it's increasing the level of your energy in your soul, mind, and body.
Absolutely. Yes. 100%.
Okay, so saying the fact that this channel, it's a part, or it's a part of the Department of Public Relationships of the Elite Global Leadership Club.
Hmm. Hmm.
I would love to ask you, how do you implement public relationships in your companies, or do you implement that? Because many people, and generally, I mean entrepreneurs, leaders, they don't have enough financial resources
Hmm.
or knowledge. So
Yeah.
how are you doing, and how are you promoting your companies?
Okay, that's a good question, and I can't say for that part I'm perfect at it. I can definitely do better. And we're talking about outsourcing. I think I would need to outsource my PR, and I would say the times when I've outsourced PR, and maybe for a specific event or something, I've seen great results. So I would definitely say it's worth the every penny in the investment. But what I've done myself has been quite effective, actually. For instance, being in global networks like your network, speaking at these events and sharing my expertise and you know, my experience. I think that also helps to bring out, myself and my brands to the public and give me a public relation. And also the fact that I've been put across for different awards as well, that also helps bring across not only myself personally, but also the different brands. That also helps in a public relations. So I'm doing things, myself, but I agree that it needs to be something that is intentionally done and intentionally invested in as part of the business investments, basically. So
Wow, thank you so much.
yeah, you're welcome.
There are great tips, actually, but I think that due lack of knowledge, many entrepreneurs, leaders, coaches, mentors, all type of business owners, they are
Hmm.
really struggling due lack of financial resources, but as well of knowledge, or when it comes to investments, they are really hesitating. Uh,
Mm.
so in your opinion, what is causing the hesitations in general by the entrepreneurs investing in public relationships based on your own experience, from like based on your collaborationships, or from what you are observing, what is going on around, online and offline, in different companies, events, maybe, or yeah, all type of businesses.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why people don't invest in it because they don't see the results straight away. I mean, and it is not something that, and when I say see the results straight away, they don't see the profit, the investment in PR hitting the profit margin immediately. But what they don't know is that in business, people buy value, and visibility trumps ability. So somebody could be so fantastic in something, but if they're not at the top of mind in terms of the branding, then it's very likely that people will go to the competitor rather than themselves. So it's not something that happens like a light switch. It's an investment over time. And that's what business people need to realize. This is how PR works, and the brand is built over time. For instance, take Coca-Cola, for example. That brand, it was built over time, and it's not because Coca-Cola is the best or it tastes the best, but most of the time people will equate Coca-Cola with quality, and that's because of that brand recognition that people have with Coca-Cola. And that is the same for us and our businesses as well. So this is a long-term investment, and it has to be consistent, and the results will be there over time.
Wow, thank you so much. I want to add some suggestions as well for our audience and to everyone. What matters a lot is the quality of the networking of the company who is promoting you a lot. That's why when you are collaborating with high qualified experts on a very high level, they do have an extremely large global networking. So pay attention at that. For example, the amount of followers that I do have, and I want to share it with you. I do have about 15,000 followers on social media.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yes. So that's why I do have also an online magazine of the Elite Global Leadership Club, which is promoting your expertise, your branding, and what quality does provide. So the online magazine, it helps you to increase your visibility, to improve as well your business profile. Not only that, but to enlarge your global networking. So don't underestimate that, because the online magazine is shared. So also with many entrepreneurs. I want to mention that I do have a global team of the Elite Global Leadership Club in all over the world. I do have general and regional directors that they are based in different countries, which means that we are sharing massively, we are cross-posting. So your expertise, your logo, plus we are promoting your company, publishing our interviews, so on the Elite Global Leadership Club website, and plus also the logo. So all the logos of our collaborationships, they are intentionally, with a professional purpose to promote you. They are published on our website, and they are shared massively globally. I am blessed, honestly. I am very lucky, because I am the way who I am.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's amazing.
Yes. Plus, the online magazine is published on the website, and you can list it out. You can go through and have a look, which means that everyone who is visiting the website, so can list out and can look at your expertise, at your logo, and at everything what you are providing.
Right.
I am sharing this with all of you so that you can understand the value of the public relationships. And I want to mention that this is also my real expertise. I have studied this. I am
Wow.
not, yes, I am not here, only to say that I have created a company and I am doing it now. No, not at all. People who have studied journalism, communication science, marketing science, they know exactly what I am talking about, because public relationships, it's linked to business development and journalism redaction as well.
Right.
Yes, and much, much more.
It's amazing.
Yes, once we have shared our professional values, I would love to round up our interview with the last question.
Sure.
What has been for you the most challenging ever in your life, to create something, to contribute to the world and to position yourself on the market?
Okay. My most challenging thing is so challenging that I'm still in the process of trying to get it out to the world. And that is my book, which I've been writing now for the last since 2018. And it's all about purpose and discovering purpose through passion and pain. And it's something that a title that I got, and at the beginning, I got some quite good amazing downloads for this book, and I wrote and wrote and wrote. And now I've got all the chapters and everything laid out, and I know this book is going to be fantastic once it gets out. But I'm still working on it because it takes some discipline. So I need to get into that discipline, probably waking up an hour earlier every day to write, because during the daytime I'm finding it challenging to actually dedicate to this book. But it has to be launched. And I'm planning to do a pre-launch of this book on the 26th of November, which is basically I'm having for my social enterprise, all about family restoration for Cedar Cube. I've been having an event for the past, it's going to be the 5th year this year, so since 2019. And I get expert speakers from all around the world. And I have an interview panel, and we have a panel, one for raising the next generation, raising children, one panel for health and well-being, one for relationships, and one for money and wealth building, and one for spirituality and purpose. And each panel has about 4 speakers, so 20 experts in total. And we're all coming together live at the O2 in Greenwich. So I'm hoping that you're going to send details of this, but it's going to be a really, really big one. And I plan to do a pre-launch of my book about purpose on that day, on the 26th of November. So I invite the audience here to join me on that day. Ticket prices are not that expensive, but includes networking, drinks and canapes, and it's just a great, it's a great opportunity.
Where will find that place in what country?
In the United Kingdom. So I don't know if you know the O2, but it's quite well known. You know the O2 Dome? So it's going to be in that venue, inside the venue at Gaucho, a place called Gaucho in the O2. So, and it's, yeah.
What is the price, like range category of the event approximately?
Early bird tickets will be available from now to the end of October, and they are just under £40. And then there's also VIP tickets.
I want to be there.
Yes, I would love you to be there. I would love you to be there. I think Mark is coming as well, so it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I would love
Yes,
really to be there. Okay,
yes.
so what is your message of encouragement for female entrepreneurs and leaders?
My message of encouragement is, first and foremost, there's only one you, and without you, nothing will exist. Your business will not exist. The marriage or relationship will not exist. The children will not be there. So number one, you need to find the way, to look after yourself. Look after yourself, and don't compare, because there's only one you. You're unique. You don't have to follow what the next person is doing, but look within yourself and find out what exactly are you here to do. Finding your purpose, number one, why you're here, and everything else falls into place. And then secondly, I would say, remember to outsource. Outsource. You can't do everything yourself. Find a good team of experts that will help you, but also find a good team support network that will, take care of you as well. Pick up the pieces when you can't, to support you. And your support network can be your family, it can be your friends, it can be your church, your mom, whatever, it's a team. It's a team. Team Veronica, who is on your side, right? Who's there to look after you, take care of you, who makes you smile. So remember that. And secondly, and thirdly, celebrate your wins. Stop. You need to stop sometimes and say, yes, I've done this. Pat yourself on the back. Say, well, whatever. Celebrate with a champagne. Go for that spa. Go for that holiday. Celebrate, and sometimes stop and just have a rest. It's very important to stop and have a rest, not going. We're not gerbils. We don't have to go on and on and on. And there's a lot of strength in stopping and taking stock of what you've done, taking stock of where you're going. That's very, very important. And those would be my key advice to female entrepreneurs.
Well, thank you so much, dear
You're
Patricia.
welcome.
You are amazing.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you.
I want to share with our audience and to remember them that our key takeaways of today from Patricia are gratitude. So be grateful for everything what you have or what you have achieved in your life. Pray. Believe in prayers and pray, because that's also a type of meditation and
It is.
connecting with yourself. And the second key takeaway is celebration. Celebrate yourself. I am brave enough, so I am worth.
Yes.
I do believe in myself, and never underestimate the power of networking, because you never know how someone can change your life within a couple of days. You never know, so don't underestimate, because what you have to understand, see all the opportunities like blessings, like real blessings on your path.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you so much, dear Patricia.
You're welcome.
I wish you a blessed and wonderful day ahead with lots of achievements and success. And I want also to share the last aspect with you, because you mentioned that you do have a book, right? And if it's in a digital form, Elite Global Leadership Club provides the space also to promote, to publish your book on our platform. And we can share it with the world. So let's get more visibility globally. Let's do that.
Amazing. Thank you so much. You are absolutely amazing as well, Veronica. And what you said is so apt. The power of networking. Let's see things as a blessing, the connections as a blessing. And you said you can meet someone within a short space of time and that person could change your life. And I think that's a great example between the two of us, because we only met, was it 2-3 days ago, and we haven't even met physically. We met on WhatsApp about 3 or 4 days ago. And all of a sudden it's like, and I think when there's intention and when there's dynamic people, dynamic women ready to take action, great things can happen. So we were messaging like, I think it was midnight on your side, and it was about 1 a.m. on my side. And I saw her message, and I'm like, I'm really sorry to message this time, but if I wait till the day, I might forget. So I'm messaging you now. And she's like, okay, yeah, you know, can you speak this time? And I said, yes. And we batted around a couple of days, you know, send me your picture, do this. And then here we are, you know, within a days after. And we only just met on WhatsApp a couple of days ago. So that's the power of taking action. That's the power of networking, you know.
Absolutely.
Like
and that's also the power of blessings, because when you
yes.
open yourself up for real blessing, to embrace them, to cherish, you know, your own power and your own commitment, it can lead you beyond your imaginations. So thank you so much again. Enjoy your day.
And you too.
And I see you. And we will customize this video file of our interview, and it's going to be shared with you, and will be published as well on our YouTube channel and on our online platform of Elite Global Leadership Club.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, Veronica.
You are welcome.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Take care.